Hey everybody, did you know you can go to colinmullen.com in order to get art and art prints? That's why I set up the website, colinmullen.com. So this week, I worked on my first big animation, and it's like not that long. I think it ends up being like a second or so long, but it's just meant to loop forever and ever and ever. It's of a chibi version of my logo guy, just vibing out on a log, just having a great time, looking at some fireflies. It's pretty cute, honestly. I find that a lot of the skills that I just already know about art, like being able to do like atmospheric perspective and just perspective in general, and then color theory and all that jazz, it just transfers instantly over because art is art. It's gonna, but like it was nice to be able to go, okay, well, all that's new is just this animation bit, and realizing that that's the only thing I really needed to figure out in the last, I guess, 2 weeks ago's video, and figuring out that it's not that hard. It's just time consuming. I do enjoy it over doing it the way I had been. We ended up having some issues with the rendering with Krita, so I guess I should mention that. Last time I talked about, animation software and which one I prefer. Krita does seem to have some weird issue with exporting. It really wants to do a lower bitrate than I'm used to or would respect. I would want a bitrate somewhere in the 25,000, and it wants to do like 5,000, and even still it has issues with that. So it's like, I don't know about that. So we ended up rendering it frame by frame, then putting that into Sony Vegas, but then Sony Vegas isn't an animation program and also apparently darkens frames, which is not something I had ever really realized, because most of the time when I use it for editing, I use it for, editing stuff like this, or, editing, I don't know, videos for YouTube of me playing video games and such. So the fact that it ends up being darker means that his little kicky legs just completely disappear into the shadows of his cloak. So it's just like, well, what was the point of animating all that? And the point is we're fixing it now. So I had to go fix that. I had to fix, the color correction on that. We had to look up guides and stuff. Chat was hugely helpful in that, making it a lot easier for me to find what I needed. I'm really, really glad that I decided not to animate the clouds in the background like scrolling, because that would have like easily tripled or quadrupled the amount of time that it would have taken for me to actually do this thing. Having to do each individual frame in Sony Vegas and then shrinking it down to a reasonable size, then making the speed also reasonable, slowing it down to a good speed using OBS. Doing that at a rate that would have been useful would have just taken forever and a day. So I'm kind of glad I didn't go that direction. And I need to find a more permanent solution, because while it worked on this, it's not going to work on the next project that I do like this. Because if I want to do more animation, I'm going to want to do more than 34 frames. I want to do, longer projects. And 34 frames at, 24 frames a second is like 1.5 seconds, which really, actually, now that I'm seeing how much time I spent on this, animation is mostly tedious. But there were some really beautiful things that were happening while I was animating. I don't really get to show off some levels of 3D when something is still. You color it right, but I was able to kind of show off more that his mask is a three-dimensional object, because as he tilts his head, obviously more light would hit on different angles, and then he would have more light hit when his hat flipped up as well, and then the reverse was true when it went the other way, and that was just a lot of fun to mess with. So yeah, animation unfortunately has become a part of my soul now, so I'm gonna do that every now and then. I don't know if we'll do another one for next week, because I'd like to do some paintings as well, but it depends on what I need. I might need to make some emotes for Twitch as well. So that's kind of the update on where we're at with animating and me getting into animation. I really hope that I can find a solution to Krita's incredibly small bitrate. It might be as easy as just using the custom settings and then upping that setting to 25,000 instead of 5,000. I don't know. We'll find out. Let me go ahead and thank everyone on patreon.com/RevScarecrow, the people who are making this happen. Thank you to everyone at any tier, but if you're at the $5 tier or more, I thank you in the credits here, and that's what I'm going to do right now. Starting with my mom and dad. I love you. Thank you, Wapfu. Thank you, ToeFounder. Thank you, Skelecorgi. Thank you, Reverend Joe. Thank you, Retrograde. Thank you, Mortis. Thank you, Michael Carr. Thank you, Mario Pereira. Hopefully I got that right. Thank you, Kayla Hollinger. Thank you, Josepher. Thank you, Gala. Thank you, Gabriel Bennett. Thank you, Freak Wannabe. Thank you, Egg. Thank you, Dragon. Thank you, Chiptune Glitch. Thank you, Bep. Thank you, Ash316. Thank you, Amber. And thank you, Ats! Anyway, I hope you guys are having a good Pride Month so far. Hopefully this video came out on time. I'm not entirely sure if it will or not. The render of getting all of the streams of this actually rendered in time did not actually render last night when I was rendering it. It crashed for some unexplained reason and didn't give me the... Anyway, hopefully this comes out on time. If it didn't, I'm very sorry. It's rendering in the background right now. I'll see you guys later. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.